Hi guys, welcome back. On today's video, we're going to discuss 5 questions you should never ask when making small talk. So if you want to hang out with me today, stay tuned for this video. Now guys, according to the experts in this article that I have read, these 5 questions you should not be asking people that you're not really acquainted with when you're trying to make small talk. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Denise. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a health coach. I'm your go-to guide for everything diabetes related and lifestyle diseases such as high blood pressure and high cholesterol. I'm your go-to gal for those topics. But today we're going to be diving into these questions that you should not be asking people that you're not very acquainted with. So the first question, according to the experts, you should not be rolling up on people. Like say you're at the social event and you know, these might just be co-workers, people that, just hi bye. These are not your girlfriends. These are not your family. You should not be asking people like, are you in a relationship? Honey, that is none of your business. It is not polite to be asking people if they're in a relationship. Now, according to what the experts are saying, is that this could be a trigger question. And I can see with that, like say you've been in a relationship and it was a bad experience, or you're not in a relationship, but you just can't find anyone to have a relationship with. So this is stressing you out, and it's a very sensitive topic and you don't want to be explaining, but you could simply just say no though and just keep it moving. But according to the experts, honey, you should not be asking people if they're in a relationship. Question number 2, that you should not be asking people that you're not very acquainted with is, why aren't you drinking? Excuse you? I've actually had that question before. Like, why aren't you drinking? Or why are you only having water? Excusez-moi. That is what I wish to have. So guys, it is not polite to ask people why they're not drinking. That is none of your business. This can also be a trigger question for people who have had drinking problems in the past, or it's just their religion, or whatever the reason might be. So don't be putting people on the spot where they need to answer such a question as, why aren't you drinking? If you wish to drink, you go ahead. You don't need to ask anyone what they are doing or what they're not doing. The third question that you should not be asking people that you're not very acquainted with, do you have kids? According to the experts, and I was trying to think, why would that be such an issue? That's a real, I'm thinking that's a harmless question. Do you have kids? Because probably you have kids and you want to find other people with kids, and you might find a connection there. But according to the experts, that is also a trigger question. And I think about it, and yeah, I can see with that too. Because if you've had a bad experience where you've probably lost a child, or you're having bad relationship with your children, or whatever the case might be, people are not very comfortable with other people asking them those type of questions. So don't ask them if they're in relationship. Don't ask them if they have kids, and don't be asking them why they're not drinking. Now, question number 4 that you should not be asking people when you're just not acquainted with them is, how much money do you make? No. I can straight up see with that one. Why would you be asking that to anybody? Just putting it out there to you again. That I thought that was something we might all know, but don't ask people how much money they make, okay? You probably could ask them what kind of work they do, but it's not polite to ask how much money do they make. Okay? Question number 5 that you should not be asking. And remember, I have a bonus question that it was not in the article that I read, but this is actually this is number 5, but question number 6 that I threw in was actually one that I asked somebody, and I told myself I'll never ask that question of no one ever again. But question number 5, based on the experts, that you should not be asking anyone that you're not really acquainted with is, have you lost weight? Now, at first, when I read that, I couldn't understand why it wouldn't be polite to ask if you have lost weight. It could probably just be a compliment. That person might be trying to lose weight for the longest while, and you notice and you're like, oh, have you lost weight? But according to the experts, that can also be a trigger question. And let me tell you why. Suppose this person has lost weight, but they really weren't trying to lose weight. Suppose they've lost weight because of an illness and they don't want to talk about it. Suppose they're very self-conscious about this weight loss and they're uncomfortable when you ask them about it. They don't want to have to explain like, oh my God, I'm not feeling well, I'm sick, or for whatever reason. So don't ask people if they have lost weight. If you notice it, something that you could probably say is, oh wow, you look very nice. You look very nice. Something like that. And if the person want to bring it up, they will bring it up. But according to the experts, honey, do not be asking people if they have lost weight. All right, let's dive into question number 6. And this is the bonus question that you should not be asking anyone, whether you're acquainted with them or whatever the case might be. Let them tell you. Question number 6. Number 6 that you should not be, and in fact, I didn't even ask it as a question. I saw this young lady that I haven't seen in a long time, and I saw her one time when I was in New York, and I said, oh girl, you're having a baby. Don't ask people if they're having a baby. The young lady was like, no, I am not. You know how embarrassed I was, and also how embarrassed she was? That is a terrible, terrible way to go. And I told myself I would never say that to another lady again. Are you having a baby? Let people tell you if they're having babies. Don't be rolling up on nobody and ask them if they're having babies because you saw a stomach in front of them. That could mean anything, okay? So don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass anyone else, and just mind your business and let people tell you what they want to tell you, okay? And just be polite and be kind. So thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Beyond the Bedside. And please, if you have not yet subscribed, I would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. And I thank you for subscribing to all my other friends who have already subscribed. So see you soon. Ta-ta.